This week's Celebrity Spotlight is Madonna. And I've been wanting to do her for a while, and she has an amazing date of birth. She's actually a 3811, which is very interesting because the 3811 is very, very global. It's the only life path number that when they walk in a room, everyone feels it because they've got a big aura, they've got a big energetic field. And sometimes they have such a big energetic field that it can actually bowl them over and make them feel like they're confused as to their direction in life and where they should be going. And then sometimes the 11s are here when they should be way over here type thing in terms of their life path and their life purpose and direction. But they're always searching for greatness. They're always wanting to be in the spotlight. They're always wanting to search for that fame and recognition, leave their mark on the world, that type of thing. And she's a Leo as well, so Leos tend to be wanting to be in the spotlight too a bit. And to top it off, she's also got double 8s on her chart, which is the daredevil syndrome. She's right up there in the group with Michael Jackson, Lady Gaga, Rihanna, Christina Aguilera. There's so many of them. All the shock and awe performers, the ones that kind of, leave us like with their jaw dropping, and they're always looking for something else to kind of shock and awe us. And it is the daredevil syndrome. It is one of those things where they live for the thrill of the experience of life. So every experience to them is like living through the feeling of it, living through how does it feel rather than what do I think. So she's definitely mind-based, but also very, very soul-based. She's more soul-based than she is mind-based, and highly creative. The 11s are very, very creative people, and there was no doubt just looking at her date of birth, I would have told her mother when she was born that she was going to be a very special girl. Definitely fame and fortune, for sure. And she really didn't, there's something interesting that went on with her chart because she kind of had a comeback there for a little while, and I can kind of see why, because really she didn't, in the beginning, when she was very young, she was in a 6, which was a cycle all about relationships, starting, ending, changing them. A little bit about creativity, but it wasn't really until the second cycle that everything came together, because that's a 12-3. 12 is a whole and complete number, and 3 is a number of unity. So everything came together for her then. And then she entered a 9 cycle, which I think was the time when she was wanting to come back, because that would have been, her 3rd cycle. She was older, and she did come back for a little bit, but it didn't really stick. And now, which is interesting, she's in a personal year of 16-7, which she's probably having a tough year, poor Madonna. But 16-7 years, very volatile interchange energy. It's very much about turning the chapter, turning the page hard, starting a new phase of your life. And to top it off, she's in a peak cycle of 4, which is all about foundation shifting. So she's kind of got a double whammy going on there. She's definitely looking at her foundation, where she's at, what she's built, and really kind of on the spiritual mountain with that 16-7 energy, and just really contemplating and thinking about where she's going to go next, what's next. And because the 3811s are relentless with their need to be in the spotlight and to be global, this is, she's not over. And it's kind of like Cher in a way. Cher's been around forever, and she's timeless. So we're not going to see the last of Madonna. And she's actually got the gift of the 6, which is the visionary. It's all about connecting the dots for other people when they can't connect it for themselves. And then her year is the how, which is the 23-5, the natural counselor, but also the expressive artist. So she really was meant to be that expressive artist that she is. But she's also, in her songs and in her work, showing people a larger, broader scale of things, whatever it is she's singing about or performing. Because she, again, the 3811s are global too, so it's a double whammy a little bit, because she's got this need to see the bigger picture or show the bigger picture, and then this need to be the bigger picture, to be global and to be in the spotlight in a big way. So very, very intriguing. Definitely, like I said, if I had visited her mom in the hospital when she had her, if I, were alive then, which I wasn't, but, I would love to actually visit a hospital one time to actually do that and say, look, this is what you've got for a child, and when they're going to hit their stride and when they're gonna really come into their own and what it is they're coming into their own doing. Because a lot of people get really disappointed by the fact that they haven't hit their stride yet. And some people get into their 40s and they still feel like, I'm a loser. I didn't really find what it is I'm supposed to be doing. And I look at their chart and I say, no, you're not supposed to find it until this age, or you're right on time, it's now. And they're really happy to know that, because I think society teaches us otherwise. And it's nice to see these timeless celebrities that just keep going and making bigger empires and still staying relevant. So it's really great. So I want to wish Madonna a happy birthday, and please do tune in next week for another celebrity spotlight on lotteryusa.com.